The International River Foundation's European Riverprize celebrates successful efforts in managing and restoring rivers all across Europe. The prize rewards all areas of integrated river basin management, including river restoration, ecosystem health, water quality, and climate change, all within the socio-economic and political context of the European continent. The Foundation catalyses knowledge sharing and encourages Riverprize winners and finalists to establish long-term partnerships for knowledge exchange. Here are the 2016 European Riverprize finalists. Segura River, Spain. In 1986, Spain became a member of the European Union. This milestone marked an increase in the production of agriculture and canned food and, consequently, a water shortage and rise in wastewater discharges to the Segura River. As a result, the already water-stressed Segura River, in Europe's driest basin, became an exposed sewer. The Segura River project was developed by the Murcia government's regional water department in partnership with the Segura River Authority and town councils in the region. It aimed to restore the river's health and supply reclaimed water to the booming agriculture industry.
Our main goal to contest to the European Riverprize was to show in the international scene the path we had followed to recover our river Segura. We really believe that our experience is worth to be known and could help in many similar cases.
In the decade since 2000, 100 water treatment plants were built, along with 350 kilometres of wastewater collection systems, mostly funded by the European Union. A wastewater reclamation levy was established to finance the operation, maintenance and monitoring of these systems, applying the principle "the polluter pays." A major breakthrough was achieved in 2003 when the quality of the Segura's water started improving. The Segura River Basin Authority worked with volunteers, ecological organisations and local associations to recover the traditional riparian forest. They did this by fighting the invasive giant cane, planting native trees, and opening fish ladders to restore endangered species.
At the beginning, society was very skeptical about the recovery of the river. However, as the project progressed and the first results became visible, the community began to get interested in its river, the wildlife and riparian vegetation. They also started participating in volunteering, media discussion, social networks, lectures and education cases. Nowadays, the best thing is that these activities keep growing. People are proud of the Segura River and they want to improve it more.
Since 2010, pollution has been unnoticeable, leading to the recovery of fauna and flora, including increased otter population in parts of the river they had once abandoned. Birds now rest at 2 recovered wetland areas, recognised by the Ramsar Convention, during their migration between Europe and Africa. In addition, around 110 million cubic metres of reclaimed water are reused annually for agriculture in the region. Aragon River, Spain. Due to extraordinary geological factors, the lower reaches of Aragon River have sustained a complex and dynamic river ecosystem. The system is unique in the Iberian Peninsula and one of the most bizarre and exceptional landscapes of European floodplains. Despite such singular beauty, it was radically transformed as a consequence of the water policies implemented between the 70s and 90s to control fluvial activity. The river was artificially simplified, suffering an incision at a territorial scale that pushed its values to the border of extinction. Nevertheless, it still maintains an important population of European mink, one of the most endangered mammal species in the world. Because of this, along with the exceptional features of the Aragon River, the government of Navarra set a seemingly impossible goal to restore a wild, complex and dynamic river ecosystem affected by human intervention.
We entered the Riverprize to show to our society and the technicians community that a different model of restoring and understanding rivers is possible, wishing that this new paradigm may encourage other territories.
Through several alliances, the government launched a pioneer line of work to be developed over the next 3 decades. So far, several riverine planning strategies, restoration work, and conservation actions have been promoted. The Aragon's Riverprize story features all of these efforts, but focuses on Soto Contiendas, a unique experimental project that first applied the principle of minimum intervention to recover the fluvial dynamism in highly humanised floodplains. Through Soto Contiendas, several human impacts have been mitigated, and sediment has returned to the river after being extracted and kept on side banks for decades. This has allowed the Aragon River to reshape itself and its territory.
The challenge we overcame was to change in less than a decade the social demand for dredging and channeling, to give back space to the river and to return its own sediments with the understanding and co-responsibility of the stakeholders.
The Soto Contiendas project is a bold example of extreme restoration that has been possible thanks to 15 years of social awareness, unprecedented processes of administrative and territorial coordination, and the integration of scientific knowledge from many disciplines of engineering and river ecology.
Municipalities, farmers, youth associations, environmental groups have been implicated in the project, and they are the guarantee for future maintenance actions and land stewardship.
The Soto Contiendas philosophy aims to overcome social prejudices against wild rivers, while making clear the need to reinvent river restoration strategies, showing us that nature is the best engineer. River Trent, United Kingdom. Until only recently, the River Trent was declared biologically dead and confirmed as one of the dirtiest watercourses in Europe. To add injury to insult, engineering works gutted the river into a monotonous trapezoidal conveyance channel disconnected from its floodplain. Things had to change. The catalyst for change came from a surprising source: mining. Central Rivers is a partnership set up to regenerate the Trent and Tame river valleys in Staffordshire into an attractive patchwork of lakes, wetlands, woodland and farmland, while restoring a string of sand and gravel quarries. Opportunities to restore the rivers and floodplains were recognised at the same time. Focal areas were identified, including a continuous 12-kilometre reach at the heart of Central Rivers. Led by science, partnership work informed the innovative use of experimental river restoration techniques. Post-project monitoring, including the use of drone surveys, is being carried out to assess the effectiveness of interventions in terms of morphology and biodiversity.
The major successes of the project so far have been not only doing the river restoration project, so getting the morphology within the channel going, getting the river to build its own habitat, but also to link the rivers back with their traditional floodplains. We have quarries all the way up and down the valley here that are at sort of various stages of extraction. As they complete the extraction periods and all the sand and gravel has been removed, we can then create meaningful blocks of wetlands, reed beds, reed swamp, marshland, and these areas of rivers have to connect with these wetlands. So the project has worked very closely with local communities up and down the valley. In Tamworth, for instance, there's a project called Wild About Tamworth that links in with Central Rivers. Here we have friends of groups that adopt sites along the river, and they are the eyes and ears on the ground. So they will do water quality monitoring along through there. They'll be doing their own fundraising to create ponds, to do river work, to create reed beds, and to obviously they'll be holding their own events up and down the river through Tamworth. And that's happening now throughout Central Rivers. We're working with volunteer groups, with parish councils. They're doing work like planting up reed beds. They're having river festivals, all sorts of great stuff. That's really it's great to see people getting involved.
Overall, the project has demonstrated how to restore a heavily degraded watercourse to create a sustainable, diverse and functional landscape that brought the river and floodplain back together as one. The International River Foundation would like to thank the City of Vienna and the International Association of Water Supply Companies in the Danube River catchment area for their support. Congratulations to all European Riverprize finalists for demonstrating excellence in integrated river basin management.